Pilar.
I am so excited for you. So excited. Welcome to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital network, live from MyBookie Studios. It is Friday, April 2nd. We have all made it through April Fool's Day, and we are back. I'm Pilar Lastra. To my left, we've got D-Mac. To my right, we've got Maz. We've got Fish in the Fishbowl. And, of course, like always, we've got our boy Easy D behind the glass. We've got Art now with his promotion. I mean, everybody's getting a promotion. We got our boy Luke, who's handling our social media. So make sure that you are chiming in on all the fun at Woodward Sports across the board. Of course, make sure that you are downloading our app, Woodward Sports Network, in whatever store you get to. Maz, before we get to your sports update, I just want to thank everybody who came out and showed some love yesterday at the Brass Rail Pizza Bar downtown for opening day. We had so much fun. There was a lot going on. I was a little overwhelmed.
You almost got thrown up on.
I did. I was afraid I was going to get thrown up on.
It's a true opening day. And people are wondering on social media, the Art, they said congratulations on your new job
awesome.
and stuff like this. And I said officially he's the Woodward Sports Network official retweeter. That's what he is. Art can do the retweet. I will defend you to the death, Art, on the retweet.
And floor director.
I would say he got like a director position. Director
I thought he was
position.
just official retweeter.
Oh my goodness! I mean,
And
pop your collar,
vaccinated.
Art, man.
And vaccinated.
Yeah.
And hot flashes. I mean, poor Art. Yeah, way to go, Art. There you go.
So much is happening around here. Oh,
Plus,
man.
he looks like Rachel Maddow.
Oh my
Dude,
God.
he's got a phenomenal mate, Rachel
Yeah,
Maddow. Maybe
he
we'll
does.
sit. Maybe
He
we'll see
left.
him.
You guys scared him away. You guys scared away our floor director. I mean, my goodness, come on.
Don't you have a haircut, Art?
Yeah,
All right. Okay. Oh, it pushed
Here at
back.
Lady Jane's?
Yeah, of course it, Lady
Nice.
Jane's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wicked awesome.
Nice. I'm going to start coming here for my blowouts.
You should.
I should.
Now he gets his hair did.
Wicked awesome. Yeah, listen, on Monday, it'll be my every 3 weeks. We're going to buff this thing up. So
All right.
Fish gets his due here.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I think I'm going to be the only girl who's sitting in there getting a blowout.
Look at Easy's hair. Easy, show everyone your hair. Your hair.
Yes.
Look at that. Beautiful.
I'm going to go in and get the easy special. All right, guys. We've got a great show
I'm not too
planned
far,
for you
by the
guys. A lot of action for our opening day. I'm happy it's baseball. Something really to talk about.
Baby. Yes.
Since Michigan is no longer in the
Final Four.
Yeah, the Final Four. So sad. But all right, Maz, let's get to your sports update.
Of course. Thank you. Happy Friday to everybody and happy Easter weekend. It's Good Friday. Of course, be good people to each other. And thank you. And don't forget, being good people, you can still bet on MyBookie. That's our update sponsor, of course. They will match your first deposit halfway up to $1,000 if you use the code word Woodward. Tigers off today after their 3-2 opening day win against the Tribe yesterday. I messed up because I told Easy I'm going to start with basketball, and now I screwed him up. Hopefully he'll have the right things up. If you see basketball video come, there it is. Miggy with home run number 488, 350th with the Tigers. Matthew Boyd gets the win. Gregory Soto, a shaky ninth inning save. Same two teams tomorrow afternoon at 1:05. Julio Teheran, his first start as a Tiger against Zach Plesac. He's going to be one of the best in the American League. The matchup at 1:10 tomorrow. 8 one-run games yesterday on opening day. First time that has ever happened. By the way, naughty Nationals, you've done it again. The remainder of the Mets National Series postponed for the weekend. They had another player with COVID, also COVID tracing going on. So no baseball for you. And how about, just to keep you guys up to date, the Major League Baseball puts out their hashtags. So if you want to put anything out on a hashtag with the Tigers, take a look at this. This is every single team out there. And if you want to do it for the Tigers, you use the hashtag Detroit Roots this year, and up will pop the Old English D, which is always fun to have on your Twitter. So there you go. We'll play that, show that a little bit later for you just so you can keep track. Or you can check our website out as well on Twitter at Tom Mazaway or at Woodward Sports. Final Four weekend from Indy. This would be the lead story if the Wolverines were in it, but we moved it down to number 2. Number 1, Baylor, and number 2, Houston. Get it started tomorrow at 5:14. You know the scoop. Baylor hasn't been there since 1950. Houston, they won it all in 1984 with Hakeem and the company. The Bears favored by 5. Gonzaga and number 11, UCLA. After that, the Bulldogs in the Final Four, second time in school history, first time since 2017. The Bruins, they haven't been there since they did it 3 times in a row back in 2008. Zags favored now by 14. The spread has gone up. It was the highest in Final Four history. Now it's even knocked up a notch. So 14-point spread. We'll talk more about that coming up. Michigan's Juwan Howard, congrats to you. Not only Big Ten Coach of the Year, NCAA AP Coach of the Year, taking the Wolverines in just his second year to the Elite Eight and just the 2 points away from getting into the Final Four. Women's Final Four from San Antonio starting tonight. Number 1 Stanford against number 1 South Carolina. The Gamecocks getting 6 tonight. And then UConn and Arizona in the nightcap. Arizona a 13.5-point dog to, of course, Gino Auriemma and the UConn Huskies. Pistons off tonight. They blew the Wizards out last night, 120-91. Josh Jackson, big night for him, a season-high 31. Russell Westbrook, ho-hum, another triple-double. He's got 18 of them, but the Wizards are horrible. Pistons host the Knicks tomorrow. Great news. Their number 1 pick, Killian Hayes, expected to play in that game. He hasn't been out since January with a hip injury, so you get a couple of months now of watching Killian Hayes. Panthers beat the Wings in overtime, 3-2. That's 8 straight losses on the road. Make that 6. I didn't want to kill that. 6 straight losses on the road for the Wings. They play at Tampa tomorrow. And Penei Sewell from Oregon could be the Lions' number 1 pick if he slips down to number 7. Or if you look at Todd McShay's draft, they're going to trade down to number 8. We'll tell you about that later. But if Penei Sewell gets down there, that would be a road grader that you'd want to put on your line for the next 10 years. And we go to this day in sports. Yesterday I talked about it. I couldn't show it to you. Today I'll show it to you. Villanova in 1985 pulls off the shocker over Georgetown.
Within 5 seconds. That means it must touch a player from either team within 5 seconds. I think they've got to throw the ball up at least towards the half-court area. They cannot afford to throw that ball in under their own basket, because with 2 seconds to go, Georgetown can get a piece of it and put it back up. Let's see if Raleigh Massimino tries to get the ball up court. And in a jump ball situation, the ball would go to Villanova.
That's it. Villanova has done it.
Look at that. They were a 10-point underdog that night. Brent Musburger, Billy Packer on the call for CBS. That was a beauty. Raleigh Massimino over John Thompson. I mean, Georgetown had some horrible losses in the finals. They lost that one. They lost the Michael Jordan game. They had some tough luck, the Hoyas, but always fun to watch in the NCAA. Can't wait for tomorrow.
Yep. All right, so there you have it, my friends. So, Fish, you got something for us?
Yeah, I saw breaking news. I said to confirm it. The MLB is moving their All-Star game away from Atlanta, Georgia.
Whoa.
How about that?
Have they said where?
They have not said where.
Okay. All right, breaking news. You heard it here first, my friends.
We'll have to find out what happened. I'm sure Atlanta is not allowing something to happen.
It was the new voting law that Georgia passed.
There you go. I really don't know what that law is. I just know that if you don't include everyone, you're a bad person.
Right.
But you should.
So yesterday was also D-Mac's birthday.
Oh, it was? Oh, was that yesterday?
Yes.
Oh, man, I thought it was last week.
Does it seem so long ago?
Oh, it does. No, it was what a great day. And I'll get into, I'm going to let everybody in a little later on in the show with how my night ended. But what a great day downtown.
How did it end?
We'll get into that.
You have to wait
later.
for story time.
That's got to wait for story time for that one.
Hey, we didn't get a chance to watch it yesterday because we didn't have any screens in front of us. But they opened the show. The boys in the back put a little something together for D-Mac. So let's show that right now. This is what we didn't see yesterday. We want to see it. I'm seeing it for the first time. So let it rip for D-Mac's birthday.
In on the boards.
the Triad.
Yeah, Ozzy, Ozzy, what do you think the key to this whole playoffs and winning the Stanley Cup was? Now I got a question. Like, from my perspective, does this not feel extra sweet because not only did we beat the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Stars and the Avalanche and Nashville, but we beat everybody on and off the ice? That's how I felt anyways.
My name is Darren McCarty, 4-time Stanley Cup champion of the Detroit Red Wings. Thank you.
Nicely done, man. Hey, guys,
that was
nicely
so
done.
Lovely.
Ben, all you guys, everybody here at Woodward Sports family, I love you all. Thank you very much.
We love you.
And I appreciate that. And yeah, Pilar, back in the day when you get out of the jersey, that's when I like to fight. When I could get, and also too,
You're unencumbered.
Little bit of wrestling. Plus, dude, if I was gonna get beat up, man, some girl's gonna see me half naked.
Yeah. The shirts against the skins.
That's it. I was skins.
Yeah.
Oh my!
I always wanted to be the shirts.
Goodness. Oh my goodness.
And then, of course, we had our little birthday cake for him. So we rolled that out yesterday at the restaurant at the brass rail for everybody to see as well. So, hey, we got a special announcement. Stick down on the floor. Let's hear you, brother.
I need everybody to turn your attention up to the upstairs right now. Darren McCarty is here. And not only is Darren McCarty here, it is his fucking birthday today. So we have a cake ready for D-Mac. Let's bring the cake out and we can all sing happy birthday to D-Mac.
All right. Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to
Give me D-Mac. D-Mac.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear D-Man. Happy birthday to you.
How about that?
The
That was
best part was
awesome.
when you took the cake and you
And
smashed it
you
in
hit
your
me in the back of the
face.
head
No,
with
I-
that the Latina bear, and she used the Latino power, and she just go woo, and then boom. And actually, Fish, thanks for presenting me that to the. Of
course.
But I did take a nice healthy face full. In fact, Easy was still at the end after we were done at 5 o'clock. He was handing me napkins to wipe chocolate off my face. But hey, I love it. That was
You took
what's
a
all
good
about.
hearty bite of it.
I did.
How was
Fish.
it?
Oh.
Fish.
Can I ask why the cake was so small? Is that something I'm allowed to ask?
Yeah, you can ask that because, in the COVID times and stuff like that, we didn't want everybody to be so excited about it, and it was so small because it was medicated. So we
Was
didn't
it
want
really?
everybody- No. No,
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
Can I ask? Can I follow up? Who bought the cake? Was it someone I think bought the cake?
Yes.
It was
Tom
somebody
did.
very,
Yeah,
somebody
I thought
very
so.
thoughtful because, Fish, here's the experience that you guys, and I love the fact that we played that just to show on opening day the responsibility, people sitting down, the conversation. But a lot of times, Fish, because of COVID, things are a little bit smaller because you got to get them in places and you don't want to bring the big stuff. So it was Maz knew what to do because he's been to so many opening days before. That was the perfect size.
I just want to
Thank
point
you.
out that I sent everybody a text message earlier and said, do we have a cake room? I was going to go get you those little individual bunk cakes.
yes.
There was
Fish
like
would've been
20 of
pissed.
them.
I almost burned
Fish
my
would've been
hand trying to
pissed.
light the candle.
I brought in stick matches for Fish. He's like, how the hell you light these damn things? And before you know it, I had a candle and I had the stick matches.
Yeah, I had to take 2 tries because the wind blew it away, or the ventilation,
Yeah,
whatever. it
You
was.
would have ended up with a frozen candle.
But I
because
almost
that's the only
burned my
thing-
hand off.
Sorry, Fish.
Yeah,
That's
that's
the only
fine.
thing we have in my
I
house.
couldn't find
but-
a lighter. I'm
Robin's
sorry.
No,
Race.
you're good. That was
All
a
right.
great
Fish-
job by you. You
Fish,
bought the
just
cake,
to-
You bought the chairs. You bought the microphones. Good job.
Thank you.
Fish, it's just another sacrifice you make for the team, bud.
That's right.
That's why I appreciate you.
Detroit's dad, getting
Detroit's
everything
dad.
under control. So, yes, thank you so much to everybody who came out to celebrate with us. We had a great time. And everybody who showed D-Mac so much love and support for his 49th birthday on our social media. All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we have got the Big Hook talking about the Final Four weekend. So don't go anywhere. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
Welcome to Crumble Cookies. It is Joey from Woodward Sports, and this is my new favorite spot where I like to spend my time because they have the best cookies I've ever had in my entire life, and you won't regret coming here and trying them. Located off of Rochester Road, right next to the Imagine Theaters in Rochester Hills, it's Crumble Cookies. Come try these delicious cookies. They even got their own app. They got curbside pickup. They got delivery. You won't regret it. Just come try for yourself. You'll thank me later. I promise.
Happy Friday, guys. D-Mac here for GrowGreenMI.com, the country's largest hydro store. Buys in bulk and passes the savings on to you, the growers. Looking for soil? They have over 1,000 pallets in stock, including ProMix, Dairy Dew, Roots Organics, and Fox Farm, all at the lowest prices in the state. Check out their dank deals for insane deals like bags of Ocean Forest for $8 and gallons of Turbinator for just $50. Mention the show or Woodward Sports Network for a free t-shirt. Click growgreenmi.com. Tell them the Hook sent you.
Hold on. There it is. Much better now.
Welcome back to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital network, live from MyBookie Studios. Make sure that you are joining in on the fun on our social media at Woodward Sports. Also, later on in the show, in the first hour, we do have Dick Vitale joining us from ESPN Analyst. He's going to be joining us. Yep.
Bracket busting, baby.
It's awesome with a capital A, baby.
Yay. We're going to have some fun with him. But first, let's get to the Big Hook. So it is Final Four weekend. You've got Houston taking on Baylor and UCLA taking on Gonzaga. So you saw the statistic a little bit earlier where basically, I mean, 0.25% is what guessed that these four teams would still be in the Final Four. So I'm sure
That's not
everybody's...
even a 0.025 is less than 0.25%.
Well, wait, didn't I say it's a 0.25%?
Isn't it less than that? 0.0?
It was near zero.
Of
It was
one,
put that way.
yes, you're right.
0.025
Would be 0.1%, right?
Right.
A quarter of 0.1%.
Right.
All right.
But anyways, it doesn't matter which
It's
way
all
we
adding
do the
up
math.
now.
But it doesn't matter which way we do the math, Pilar. It's still like 5 people out there.
Look
like,
how many
there's
people.
there's to get UCLA, obviously, to get Gonzaga, Houston and Baylor, that's not the tough one. Getting UCLA would be the tough one, but I think if you're I'm gonna start here first with this game. I think
Well, put up the stats there, Easy. Put up the bracket stats. Go ahead, Mac. Keep
No,
going.
I was going to say that when you're looking at that first game, the 1 and 2, the Houston Baylor game, which is the game of the look at that. Brackets have picked each Final Four. So,
Look how low Houston was. I'm surprised at that.
Yeah, being a number 2 seed, obviously getting the Illinois bracket.
Yeah,
So
right.
we know everybody had Illinois and stuff like that, but still almost 1% had UCLA moving on, which is sort of surprising. But I guess if you're still in the brackets, obviously our perfect bracket, winning. Not a perfect one for the mortgage, but for the televisions, for the pizza, for the toilet, for being last place. But coming into this game, Baylor -5. This is going to be a close game. This is going to be a dogfight. I think I got to go to Houston with the points in this one because I think it's going to be an overtime game or down to the wire shooting game. And as far as the second one, Maz said it earlier, 12.5 was the largest Final Four spread that this opened, and it's up to 14. I think that because of what Gonzaga does, they score inside. They're more of a pro basketball team. If you look at their lineup, the way that they're coached, just the way that they play in all facets of the game, and they're really tough down low and inside, which UCLA had a tough time with. Now UCLA has to play as good or even better because Gonzaga's not going to miss the shots that Michigan did.
No.
So
Unless they have a bad night like Michigan.
Right. It could all happen, and that could be UCLA. And it's about, do you give, when you're giving the defense or the offense more credit into this one? I said it, Michigan cost themselves that win. That was more of what they didn't do than it was what UCLA did. What I think is Gonzaga is going to put their will. They're 2 games away from an undefeated season. They know what it's at. They're a bunch of pros. So I'm going to take Houston in the points and Gonzaga minus the 14.
Wow, I'm going to go the opposite. I am. I like Baylor. They really haven't been tested yet. They are definitely, out of the 4 number ones, they would at least bet on number 1. The least, because people haven't seen them that much. But what I have seen out of this team is they're very athletic. I really love the way they play. They impressed the hell out of me in their Elite 8 win. I'm going with them. Houston's a tough team, especially if they're going to get down early. They keep fighting. They keep coming back. Kelvin Sampson's a great coach. He's taken Oklahoma there. Now he's got Houston there. No one's really giving them a shot. You saw only 22% have them in the Final Four, but they were in that tough Illinois bracket. I didn't have them in. I had Ohio State in my Final Four, so goes from there. But I like Baylor, and I think Baylor will cover the 5 points. An old SWAC conference matchup. The old Southwest Athletic Conference doesn't exist anymore, but these 2 teams used to fight each other by tooth and nail. And the first time since 1950 that this team has been there, they're hungry. Their people are behind them. The place is I think Baylor is going to travel well for this game from Waco. Houston already knows. We know they travel very well. I still like Baylor to win this game. And in the nightcap, the Zags, they're the best team in the country. They've proven it. They're 2 wins away from becoming the first unbeaten champion since '76. Indiana did it, and they beat Michigan in the final to do that for Bobby Knight. No team has gone perfect since then, and a lot of players, a lot of the pundits, and I can't wait to ask Dickie V his thoughts, are picking against them because they don't want them to be that perfect. There's always the haters out there that don't want them to run the table and stuff like that. But the Zags are tough, but UCLA is playing with house money, I like to call it. They have gone this far. They've knocked off the giant Michigan. They held them to 49 points. I know, and I'm still blaming the nighttime game for that tip, and Michigan had an off night. But UCLA, I think, will cover the spread. They maybe lose by 10 or so. So I like a final. Like I told the other day, I still like Baylor against Gonzaga, but I'll take the points against the Zags. I'm going to take UCLA to give them a game, and I'm going to take Baylor to cover up on Houston.
Yeah, I just hope that Gonzaga's not going to sleep on UCLA and play
they're not
down.
Gonna sleep.
play down, which I feel happens a lot sometimes. Fish, what do you have for us?
Not that you guys care, but you want to know why the games are 5 and 8:30 instead of 6 and 8:30, and this is just what I'm assuming.
Okay,
you guys got any guesses?
Was it daylight savings?
No. I'm
Because of
assuming
Easter?
I'm assuming it's because of COVID. Because they're only allowed 8,000 fans.
Yeah.
So if they're only allowing 8,000 fans, the first game's going to have 8,000 fans. They got to clear all the people out.
No, you don't clear them
and
out.
bring the next 8,000 fans. So you're saying this?
They have tickets for both games.
Do they really?
Yeah, when you go to the Final Four, you have tickets for the whole game.
Yeah, but it could be different because of COVID.
I guess it could be, but I don't think it is. When you buy a ticket for the
rotate it though?
No, when you buy a ticket for when you buy it for the Final Four, you get both games. That's your treat.
Then they could have put it 6 and 8:30.
I hear you. 5:15 or 5:14 is the first start. Then they have to clear the ring out, the arena.
Yeah, so
and
they
then
are
have
clearing it out.
No, they disinfect the court and all of that kind of stuff. That's why the players don't come out as quick. That's why I was bitching the other night, because the first game finished early and Michigan couldn't start early because they have to disinfect the court and all the areas for the athletes.
So technically, you're both right.
Right.
You're
That's
right,
what
you're
it
both,
sounds like.
Because of COVID, the time in between is
it's
longer. But it's good to know, Mads. I didn't know that when you buy Final Four tickets.
Yeah, you get them both.
Well, you would
get
know.
them both.
Well, that's
Been to many.
So, Fish, to your point, it's not because of the moving the people in and cleaning the whole rink. It's cleaning the benches, cleaning the court, cleaning where the players and stuff. So, yeah, we got to the bottom of it. I like it, boys.
And it's in a football stadium, so it's plenty of room. But I don't know how they seat the people. I think most of the people are in the upper decks.
Well,
Should be fun.
We'll find out.
It will be fun.
We'll find out this weekend. All right, guys, when we come back, it was a crazy opening day. We have got some great footage and a lot to talk about, so do not go anywhere. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
Hey, it's Maz from MyBookie. It's it's Good Friday today and Easter weekend. I hope everyone has a great time with your family, but you can still bet. I mean, let's face it, no one will mind that if you bet. And bet with MyBookie, it is March Madness. It's the Final Four coming up tomorrow. Don't forget NBA, NHL. I think the UFC is off this week, but you can find something to bet. Parlay, straight, whatever, with the spread, whatever you want to do. MyBookie's got it. Make sure you go to mybookie.ag, either on your phone or computer. Use the promo code Woodward. They'll match your first deposit halfway to $1,000. That's free money in your pocket. You don't have to bet it if you don't want it, but it's yours to at least keep on to it. Maybe take it back, put it in your bank account. Any way you do your bets. The best part is you always have access, computer or phone. Just go to mybookie.ag. Use the promo code Woodward. Get that free money. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie.
Welcome back to the Hook on Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital network, live from MyBookie Studios. It's Friday, April 2nd. I'm your girl, Pilar Lastra. To my left, we've got D-Mac. To my right, we've got Maz. We've got Fish in the Fishbowl. We've got Easy D behind the glass. And we've also got our boy Luke, who's manning all of our social media. So make sure that you're hitting us up at Woodward Sports. Also, don't forget, we've got Dick Vitale joining us in about 10 minutes. We're about to have some fun with him. So, all right, so yesterday was the much anticipated, long awaited opening day, and chaos everywhere. Good times, bad times, tears of sadness, tears of joy. For some of us who won, it was tears of joy. For some of you guys who lost, it was tears of sadness. But what a great clip of, and we have it right.
We do. Miguel Cabrera in the snow.
In the snow.
It's like Christmas Day in Detroit.
Well, it reminded me, and our buddy Sean Baligian posted a picture of Roy Hobbs in The Natural.
Oh, I love
when
that
he
movie.
When he hit the lights and all they were shining
Wonder
down,
Boy.
Right? The Natural.
Yeah,
I
look
love
at
it.
that. That's so nice.
And to me, Maz, yesterday, the sight of not only Miggy being out there, but if you watch this play live, and because when you saw that, he hit it through the snow. And when it cleared the fence, it hit right at the bottom, at the green. So he couldn't tell, but he hustled his butt off, slid into second.
Yep.
And that's one of the things we were talking about before. And we're going to have Dan Dickerson on in the second hour today and to talk about it. But when you have Miguel Cabrera invested in the field, he made a great defensive
Terrific play.
I think you said yesterday he's on pace for 162 home runs and a Gold Glove.
That's right.
That's what we want after one game.
Thanks to Mike Allway for that one.
That's it. So, a lot of great things happening for the team. Obviously, a little touchy ninth inning, but they got the win, and that's what it's all about. And whenever you win an opening day in Detroit, it makes you feel good.
Heck yeah.
Yep.
Like you said,
Great
Pilar,
way
that's
to-
our World Series.
I can see why it was pretty crazy downtown. That's for sure. More craziness in the world of opening day.
Out on the left coast.
Left coast.
Yeah, that's what they call L.A.
Well,
California, they
we
call it the left
stay
coast.
the same game and go to the Cleveland guy.
I was going to go to the Cleveland broadcaster, Bruce Drennan. Is that how you pronounce
Bruce
his name?
Drennan.
Yep. Loses his mind on a caller. We've got that clip as well. We have that clip, right?
We
All right,
do,
let me
on
make sure
Cleveland
before
Indians
I tease.
TV.
Before I tease our audience that we've got that clip. It was pretty insane. Let's take a look.
You can just simply pitch around Ramirez, keep walking him, don't give him anything to hit. The next guy, the good pitches down the middle he won't swing at, but the ball's down around his ankles. He hits the shortstop into a double play. This has been going on for 2 years.
Right. I guess you missed a lot of the games that Reyes hit in the clutch last year, huh?
No.
Oh, yeah. You're an idiot. You're an idiot and you don't know baseball.
I'm not an idiot.
You are an idiot. Listen,
No,
you're
I'm
going to
not.
tell
I
me
know
you
I'm
are
not.
judging. You don't know anything. You don't know squat, you stupid idiot. You're going to tell me you're going to make a judgment on the season after one game in 30-degree weather? That proves what an ignoramus you are. Get off our show. Fair weather idiot.
That's Bally Sports Cleveland
So,
at its best.
So I've never watched his show, Bruce's show, so I don't really know, is this his personality of how he is? Because I know, in my former show, my former co-host, he was off the rocker like that. He would call people fair-weathered idiots probably in his sleep, you know? But that was just his personality, and people knew that about him. Is that how this guy Bruce is?
I don't know, but I'd like to watch his show more often, to tell you the truth. That's fun. He reminded me of a Hockey Night in Canada guy. He just did, and he reminded me of Darren's dad.
Yeah, no, that I was going to tell you, Pilar, that if
Really?
anybody, my dad passed away in 1999, Craig McCarty, but when we were watching this clip, I said to Mads, I said, you know, he looks like Craig.
Yeah.
You know, and sort of,
With
I've
meat.
seen
Craig with meat.
Craig with meat. I've seen some ire out of Craig too, but you know that's the point. Usually, and I don't know Bruce Drennan, but obviously this can't be bad. I don't know if he got any repercussions from it or not. But again, you know, like he's saying, that's one of the old times where you like to tell somebody after one game, you're bringing up things like halfway through the season and stuff. You'd think that because it was the first game that he'd let it go, but obviously Bruce has been coped up in COVID. He's ready to get back. He ain't taking, and he didn't like losing to the Detroit Tigers.
No,
he did not.
That was awesome.
But and then if you watch the end of that clip, there's still a little bit more. He chuckles though, like it's no big deal. So I kind of feel like that was his personality.
He got it out of his system.
Yeah, it seems like he was just having a little bit more fun. And I don't know. I mean, sometimes people have that relationship with their listeners or their audience where you call in and you just give each other a hard time.
You bust each other's balls.
Yeah.
That's what we call it.
Yeah, but that was certainly
balls.
Certainly fun and entertaining to watch. Kind of like, whoa. All right, our next clip is with Cody Bellinger. Now he's got the non-home run that we're going to show you.
This is from the Dodger game against the Rockies last night. This is a home run that got overturned, and there's a baseball rule. I want to see if you guys can pick up on the rule. Let's play the cut and listen.
Best outfielder that you could say in the game.
He drives that one to left center field, carrying well, and it is gone. Tapia got his glove on it. And I think it popped over the fence. Nobody knows what's going on, but Tapia doesn't have the ball. Bellinger's wandering around. The umpires are going to talk about it, but I think it deflected off of Tapia and went over the wall.
Watch Turner. He goes back.
Does it right.
Watch
Turner,
him pass
he
Bellinger.
thought it was caught, so he starts sprinting back. Did
Bellinger
end up
pass
having
him?
Bellinger go past him? I think that's what the discussion is.
Yeah, because it's a home run.
What happened was, and thank you to Jessa Mendoza and ESPN for that cut. That was in Colorado. What happened is Bellinger hits the home run, doesn't know it's a home run. He actually thought it was a home run. Turner didn't think it was a home run. So Justin Turner's running back to try to tag up. He passes Bellinger on his way back to first. Automatically, Bellinger is out, turns it into a single. Justin Turner goes back to first base. Dodgers lose that home run. Bellinger loses that home run. What's world champs.
Crazy though is that when you watch it up close, the ball is in his glove for a split second, but then it hits the rail and falls out. So I could see where the confusion happened.
Yeah, you know what? In today's day and age, in every sport, with all the replays and all the different things like that, it seems like this old school rule, which it is a rule about not passing the base runners, but when the ball's out of play and when the ball's in the stands or like that, I think that in today's day and age, if you're gonna replay every call at first or replay, you know, challenges and stuff like that, that this has to be put out because it was, you know, like it happened in the game. If you stopped it when the ball went over, he didn't pass him. If he'd passed him before, so I guess this just brings up these little things that don't happen.
Unwritten rules.
Hey, props to the umpire. Props to the umpire for knowing the rule. He's just calling like you have to.
They got it right.
Yep. All right, guys, let us know if you have any more crazy opening day moments. We'd love to hear from you at Woodward Sports. When we come back, we've got Dick Vitale joining us, so do not go anywhere. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
I mean, we're inside Growing right now, and they have everything. I'm talking, you got your active air fans, you got your big lights over there, big pots, little pots, and Joey, what are you doing right now?
Get some sun.
That's not what those lights are for.
Feels nice.
Go to Grow Green MI today to get all your growing needs and a tan.
industry. Learn more today by visiting northwesterntech.edu. All right, my friends, thanks so much for sticking with us here on the Hook on Woodward Sports Network. All right, it is time to get Dick Vitale on the phone. Do we have him yet?
I think Coach is on.
I think we got him.
Hey, Coach Vitale, Tom Mazaway, Pilar Lastra, and Darren McCarty joining. Thank you for joining us on Woodward Sports. How are you?
Wait, we don't have...
There you are. Hey, Coach. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Who's this?
This is Tom Mazaway from Woodward Sports. How you doing today?
I'm doing well. Doing real well.
We're calling you from Detroit today. I appreciate you coming on. Darren McCarty, former Red Wing, four-time Stanley Cup champion. Pilar Lastra and myself, we welcome you back to Detroit. We love you, of course. Congratulations on that new deal. We get to hear you all the way on your 43rd year.
Yeah, no, I start my 43rd year. I'm really excited about it, and I've been very blessed. You know, Detroit was certainly great to me, and I do know Darren in terms of know what he's achieved. He's certainly a superstar. But Tom, the bottom line is I'm a very blessed, lucky guy, and certainly had a great time while I was in the Motor City. People were so nice there. I used to just love being there. I just didn't like the weather, though, man. I like it down here where it's right now 77 degrees about here in Florida.
I love it, Coach. It's great to talk to you again. I'm going to start out, obviously, because the McCarty Cancer Foundation back in the day was a recipient of yourself being our keynote speaker, and I can't thank you enough for the experience and being around. But what I want to talk about is what's something near and dear to your heart is the Dickie V Foundation and all the stuff that Jim Valvano and what yourself and all your colleagues have done over the years. Can you speak about that? Obviously, just a little bit.
I remember speaking at your event. I had a great time down there when I spoke there. But my event is May 7th. I have the Dick Vitale Gala, and we honor some big-name celebrities. And what we do is bring a bunch of celebrities here to join us, and we raise a lot of money all for kids battling cancer. That's what I'm obsessed with. If people want to learn more about it, guys, they just simply go to dickvitale.com, go to my website, and everything's right there spelled out, and how any donation they make. And I really need donations badly, because really with the pandemic, the one thing is cancer doesn't stop. For example, today, and Darren, you know this, your foundation, today 45 to 50 mothers and fathers are going home, and they're hearing words no mom and dad ever wants to hear. Your child has cancer. It's just life-changing, life-changing. So the bottom line is I need some help. So I like the people in the Motor City to step up big time. Go to dickvitale.com, make a donation, or you can buy one of my items, my books, basketballs, hats, whatever you buy. Every dollar that I would make, every dollar, goes for kids battling cancer. We've right now raised $37 million thus far.
Wow.
We love you, Coach. You're the best. I had you on many times in the past on WJR and all the other platforms here in the Motor City. I got a picture of you, actually, when you were the Pistons head coach, and I see George Blaha sticking his microphone in your face and all, but great pictures and great times when you were here in the Motor City taking over for our Pistons. Of course, UDM, Detroit Mercy before that.
Well, I had a great time there. There's no question about it. People treated me great. Even Bill Davidson fired me. He didn't want to fire me. He kept telling me, "You're your biggest enemy. You want to get it done. You want to get it done now. We know it's going to take 5 years." I said, 5 years? Mr. Davidson, I could coach till I'm blue in the face. We can't beat Dr. J and the Sixers. We can't beat Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I need to go get me some players, man. I can't. You know, one thing in the NBA, you're kind of locked in contractually. You can't do a whole lot. And that becomes a problem. And I wasn't a very patient guy, because everywhere I've been, I was lucky enough to win, whether it be high school state championships, whether it be at Rutgers getting a great recruiting class that helped them go to the Final Four in '76, whether it be at UAD, going with a bunch of great kids, great players, John Long, Terry Durock, God bless him up in heaven, and you know, I think about certainly Terry Tyler. I mean, we had some great, great players over the years. And, oh, man, it was a special time to win 21 games in a row, go on to the NCAA tournament, go to the Sweet 16. Those were special, special moments. I just didn't like all the snow and ice.
I don't blame you.
I love it. Talking to Dick Vitale at Dickie V, obviously basketball legend. How about this year's? You mentioned the Sweet 16 and stuff, but how about this year's tournament from your perspective? Is this sort of what you expected, it being COVID and with teams not really knowing? We mentioned it before. Teams don't really know how good Baylor is because they haven't seen them play, and Gonzaga, what they're doing. What's Dickie V's opinion of coming down with these Final Four teams and what he's seen so far in the tournament?
Well, I think, first of all, the tournament, to have a tournament was certainly a blessing. I wrote a book last year called The Lost Season, and it was all about the fact we didn't have a tournament. Now, one good thing with the book is all the money goes for kids battling cancer. I autograph them as well if people want to go there, DickVitale.com, but to get an autographed copy. The situation is this. We're lucky we have a tournament. And there was times during the course of the season this year, I thought maybe the tournament would be probably a thing dreaming about, that it wouldn't be a reality. We had teams getting COVIDs, various teams, and Michigan was suffered a while. Michigan State suffered. I mean, go on and on. It was just, time to deal with really, really tough times. But the situation is we got a tournament, and I tip the hat and I commend Dan Gavin and the people of the NCAA for pulling this off with this bubble. The only negative was the one team. I feel so bad for those kids and their coaches. VCU had to drop out because they tested positive a player or two, and that was really sad in a way. But the bottom line is to get this to where we're at, I think it's just been a great achievement, and we're going to have an exciting tournament. And we got there Gonzaga, who I was on the Dan Patrick show earlier. Gonzaga right now is playing. Some people say, could they be the best team ever? Well, I don't know about that, but they're the best team in this era right now, in the era, because they do so many good things. One, they lead the nation in scoring. Two, they lead the nation in field goal percentage. Three, they lead the nation in a stat that really excites me in assists per game, 18 assists per game. That tells me they're sharing the ball. That tells me they're unselfish. That tells me they're always playing for the best shot. So they're going to be a tough team to beat because they defend as well. But UCLA has been a shock. UCLA came into the tournament on a 4-game losing streak. They played Michigan State, Tom Izzo's club, in the play-in game. They play a team that had 2 weeks earlier had beaten 3 teams in the top 5 in the country, Michigan, Illinois, and Ohio State, and the Spartans, and they find a way to win that game in overtime, and it's been survive and advance. They beat Michigan, a number 1 seed in their region. They turn around, they also beat Alabama, a number 2 seed in that region. So, again, don't count them out. This is not the NBA. It's not 4 out of 7. Right now, everybody's saying, everywhere I go, I hear, they got no shot with Gonzaga. No shot. I heard that same cry on a regular basis when my buddy Jimmy V in 1983 was chasing the title. It was always no shot against Phi Slama Jama with Olajuwon and Drexler. We couldn't tell it to Jimmy V, and you certainly couldn't tell it to his kids because they went out in there, controlled tempo of the game, and won. And so one game, would they beat them 4 out of 7? No. And there's no way that UCLA would beat Gonzaga 4 out of 7. But one game, you never know. I'm still picking Gonzaga like everybody else, but you don't know. That's why we call it March Madness. The other game, you mentioned Baylor. Baylor, prior to COVID-19, was as good as anybody. They were playing great basketball. Then they went through a little struggle when they came back after the big pause they had. But they're really now setting it straight once again. But they're not going to have any cupcake at all with Houston, because Houston defends as good as almost anybody in the nation. Kelvin Sampson spoke to him yesterday. His kids come to play defensively, and they also are one of the top offensive rebounding teams. So, again, if they can do that against, it's not going to be easy, against Baylor, they got a chance. But Baylor also leads the nation in shooting threes, so the bottom line is if they get a streak going, knocking down threes, they'll be tough to beat. And it would set up, if they win like I think they will, I think it's going to be Gonzaga and Baylor, and how beautiful that'll be, because they both were preseason before the season started by all the experts, number 1 and number 2. This one time it shows the experts might be right.
Dick Vitale joins us. We're honored to have him. 43 years coming up with ESPN. Sports writers, sports broadcasters Hall of Fame, Naismith's Hall of Fame. You can go on and on. DickieV.com, DickVitale.com, and the V Foundation. I got to ask you about our Coach of the Year, Juwan Howard in Michigan. His second year takes Michigan to the precipice of the Final Four. They had a bad night the other night. They lose. Tell me about Juwan Howard, and I want to ask you about Tom Izzo. People around here, people are saying you can't coach like Tom Izzo anymore. He can't grab players, blah, blah, blah. This is Tom Izzo that we're talking about. So I know I gave you a double-edged sword here, so let's hear what you got to say about those two great coaches.
Well, you give me double edges, no doubt about it. I'll tell you, number one, Juwan Howard was my choice as National Coach of the Year and did a brilliant job. I mean, it's right there. He did a brilliant job. He and his players, you know, they suffered a tough break losing Livers. I mean, Livers was such a vital part of that team. He started in a Final Four before. He's got experience. What a major loss. But they never whined and cried about it. They went out and they played. And Brandon John stepped in, did a solid job. Brown off the bench was terrific. They just couldn't make shots at the end of that game against UCLA. Credit UCLA with some good defense, but also a little pressure there. They missed their last 8 shots in a 2-point loss. So they couldn't control the kid Johnny Juzang either. We have 29 out of 51 points. I mean, I wonder what they're thinking of Kentucky. He was at Kentucky last year and barely got off the bench. I mean, he didn't play a whole lot of minutes. And here he is now at UCLA. He's become the star of stars of the tournament. But Juwan's done a great job, and this is only the beginning because really the recruiting class coming in is rated number 1 in the country. And I'm just hope and pray that I know he's going to get wanted big time by the NBA teams, and I hope and pray he just stays where he's at in Ann Arbor. We need guys like Juwan in the college ranks. The other part, Tom Izzo, come on. Tom Izzo is still as effective as can be. Tom Izzo can flat out coach. He knows how to motivate. He knows how to inspire. Lost a heartbreaker to a team that's now in a Final Four. So that just tells you right there. I mean, come on, grabbing a player. Give me a break. That was nothing but love. He has such love for that kid.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Coach.
I've been so close to him all their lives.
Amen. I mean, you're preaching to the choir here. We love Tom Izzo. A lot of people these days like to say, you can't coach that way. He's got to change. I'm like, no, he doesn't. If I send my kid to Michigan State, I want him to be with Tom Izzo. You do what you want with my kid. My kid, that's like a second father to him.
Well, you don't want anybody to put a hand on anybody. I mean, let's face reality. And he didn't really put a hand on the kid. What do you do? Grab him by the jersey there or something, walk it out, making a big mess out of that. Give me a break. Go back to the days when coaches were really, where's discipline? Where are we getting discipline? Where are we getting the direction? Right now, the one thing that bugs me big time, I was on Don Patrick all about it. I put 5 tweets about it today. People follow me on Twitter at Dickie V.
Of course.
I put 5 tweets in a row all about it. The transfer portal is now absurd. It has created such chaos. The fact that kids can transfer without sitting a year, it is absurd and ludicrous, and it's going to ruin the game. Coaches now are losing players. There's 1,100 right now in the portal, and we got months to go yet. Kids, you look at them the wrong way, they're going to transfer because they know they can play right away, okay? And people say, well, coaches can move on, so why can't a kid move on? Coaches don't have to sit out a year. I agree with that, but it's not apples to apples. You don't have 1,100 coaches losing jobs. I mean, come on. It's only 357 teams in Division I, but you can't compare it. And the second thing I said today in one of my tweets, you solve that issue easily, and you solve that argument. If a coach is fired or a coach leaves for another job, all those kids on that roster, on his team, should have the right and the option to go anywhere they want and be eligible immediately like the coach is. That should be an automatic.
I like
and
that.
And that thing has got me really frustrated because I love the game so much, and I see what's happening out there. It's crazy. I think it's going to play a role in coaches leaving coaching.
Man.
I mean, that's how chaotic it is. It's really it's a nightmare.
Well, look at Roy Williams. He retires after all those years playing. Now, who's going to take over for him, Dickie V? Could it be one of his ex-players?
I don't know really what's going on there. I think Roy got a little frustrated with some of the things, obviously, what's happening in today's day and age. But I don't know if that's the whole party. He coached 48 years, whether high school, college, Kansas, and Carolina, and did a marvelous job. Was a tremendous. How good did I think he was? I did a book called My Mount Rushmores, which people can get as well. And that book is the 4 best players, 4 best coaches, 4 best in all these categories during my 40 years at ESPN, 40-plus years. And Roy Williams was one of my 4 best coaches, along with his mentor, Dean Smith, and along with Mike Krzyzewski and his mentor, Bob Knight. They were the 4 best coaches that I've had to see and work and watch what they achieved in their tenure. I mean, you're talking about guys that won multiple national championships and just special coaches. So Roy's going to be missed, but I think he got a little bit fed up. I don't know that for a fact, but I think that he got fed up with hearing that like a star player of his now decided to enter the portal. Kid named Walker Kessler. Everybody thought he'd be an instant superstar next year, that he was going to be one of the real dominant players, and he decides he wants to go elsewhere. And I don't think that's sat well with Roy.
We're talking to Mr. Big Shot himself, DickVitale.com, at Dickie V. Get his books, The Last Season, My Mount Rushmore. Actually, Dickie, thank you, because yesterday I was having this conversation when Roy Williams retired, and I named your Mount Rushmore of coaches trying to name Maz's. I like yours a lot better, so I just really did. I named all those coaches yesterday, but those are awesome. One of the things that I want to know, 43 plus years, you just renewed to be with the ESPN.
Thank you.
What
job.
is it, yes, for all of us, but what is it that drives your motor still to this day after watching all this basketball and the love of it? What drives Dickie V?
I just enjoy life, man. I enjoy getting up every day, enjoy, just having a plan for that day and making sure I go out and try to make the plan happen. I've always, people ask, where did you get your energy? Where did you get your enthusiasm? I grew up in a great family. My mother and father, as I do loads of speeches across the day. I did it. This is unbelievable. I can't believe this. I have done at least, I think the number was, my wife said, 15 virtual speeches in the month of March for corporations all over the place. And I do a lot of speaking, black tie events, banquets like yours, your event. Certainly that was a special place. But the bottom line is, I grew up in a family that was so much love, and my mother and father were uneducated. They had a 5th grade education, but they had a doctorate of love. And they taught me in this great country, number one, to chase your dreams and chase your goals. And never, ever, my mother would always say to me, Richie, never, ever believe in cat. I lost my eye as a kid. I thought it was the end of the world. But the love I received from my mother and father was so special and so unique. I was a really young kid when that happened. I was about 3 or 4 years of age. But the bottom line is, they were always at my side, always preaching to me I could be what anybody else is. And if you would have told me today, I'm standing here talking to you, and that I'm 43 years at ESPN, I am now 14 Hall of Fames. You mentioned the Naismith and the broadcasting and the sportscasting Hall of Fame. Those are all special. But also special is being in the Hall of Fame at the University of Detroit. Special being in the Hall of Fame where I coached in high school. Special being in the Hall of Fame in the city I grew up in. All those things, and special the Italian Hall of Fame. So again, I've done so many Hall of Fames, and I can't run, I can't jump, I can't shoot. I got a body by linguine, lasagna, you name it. And it's just really, I've been so blessed because all my life, my parents instilled passion and pride. And when you got passion and when you got pride and you got a sense of drive and desire, I guarantee you Mr. McCarthy had that. That's why he became such a star in terms of playing. You don't get there by accident. I've often said, I just did a talk the other day and I said, you know what drives, like right here we're on cloud 9 because Tom Brady led us to the Super Bowl. Guys like Tom Brady, LeBron James, all the Magic Johnson, the Michael Jordans, the Larry Birds, all the great ones, Isaiah Thomas, they all had within them that incredible thirst, and I bet Darren had it as well, the thirst of always being better today than they were yesterday. Those guys don't. LeBron sitting there, oh, I've been MVP X number of years. He's out there saying, man, I want to do something special this year. And that's what makes people special. My message, I got to close with you guys, got to get running, but my message to the young kid that might be listening, if you follow this, you'll be a success. Every night when you go to bed, you look in the mirror. As you're getting ready, you wash your face, you look in the mirror. And if you can hold your head up high and not drop your face or drop your head because you're embarrassed what you did during the day, if you can hold that head up high and you can look in that mirror directly and say, I was better today as a person than I was yesterday. And if you do that every day of your life, my God, what a success you'll be. But unfortunately, and you know, Darren, in the NHL or the NBA or wherever, Major League Baseball, there are a lot of guys that have talent, and many of them sometimes destroy it all in 1 minute because they can't make a good decision about the game of life. the game we all play? How about the drug scene, the alcohol scene, you name it? I mean, that's part of being a winner, is making good decisions in your life.
Love it.
Dick, yeah, I hope that every young person, the younger generation, really doesn't just hear what you say, but listens, because you said so many great things in what you just said to us. So great advice, especially for so many people that look up to you, and just for the younger generation in general. You mentioned Tom Brady. Your Tampa Bay sports teams are doing pretty amazing things, aren't they, my friend?
Yeah, well, the Rays came so close last year to the World's Championship.
Should have won it.
I still go crazy knowing that we took out Blake Snell.
Kevin
with a
Cash.
one-zip lead in the sixth inning. I mean, that drives me nuts, even though Kevin Cash is a terrific manager. And they went that analytics. Sometimes you got to forget those analytics. And then we got Brady. And what about John Cooper and the Lightning? They're terrific again, Darren. They are terrific again. Watch out. If they get back, Kucherov, I think, is because, I don't know, he says he's working out with the team. I say, watch my guy John Cooper and the Lightning.
Can never count them out.
We love you, Dickie V. Thank you again for taking all this time with us. God bless.
And, of course, make sure that you go to the website.
Well, God bless you. I love the Motor City, man. It's been great. Are the Tigers going to be any good this year?
Oh, yes. We started well, didn't we?
You can't win them all if you don't win the first one.
Well, you 1-0.
We're
that's
1-0,
right.
baby. We're
First place,
1-0.
Dickie. First place, Coach.
Make sure that you are checking out Dick
All right,
Vitale.
guys. Thanks a lot.
God bless. See you,
I'm
Dick.
doing a game tomorrow, by the way, on ESPN International. We're heard in 300 countries around the world. So I'll be doing a game on ESPN International. CBS has the rights in the States, and I'll do the championship on Monday night. So go to Canada, they can hear me doing the game.
Hey, we'll bring you up on the internet somehow, Coach. Thank you.
Yes, thanks so much for joining us. Make sure
Take
that you
care,
get,
guys.
Bye now.
Thank you that you're going to dickvitelonline.com. You can get more information about his gala that's happening Friday, May 7th. It's going to be at the Ritz-Carlton in Sarasota, Florida. So
I know what I'm buying Maz. I'm buying Maz the Mount Rushmore, Dickie Vitale's book, so he can read up on the real Mount Rushmore.
Hey.
Because his is obviously not right.
Hey,
or
I've
something.
gotten plenty of things from Dickie V's website. I love giving to the V Foundation. I do it often.
Great cause.
It's I still get tears in my eyes when I see him at the first ESPYs. They call it the Dickie V Award. They call it the Jim Valvano Award, the Courage Award, for a reason. I mean, the man was phenomenal. 1983, taking the North Carolina State Wolfpack, beating Phi Slamma Jamma and those guys.
Drexler and Olajuwon.
And it was an amazing win. I remember it was a hell of a game, a hell of a finish. And if he could do it, anybody could do it. It's a great 30 for 30 on him as well. But it's wonderful to give to the Dickie V Foundation, to the Jimmy V Foundation.
Yeah.
The V Foundation, they call it. My bad.
Yeah. So make sure you're going online and supporting in any way that you can, even if it's just getting the word out. That's just as great as a donation as well. All right, guys, do not go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to be breaking down Todd McShay's thoughts on this NFL draft. What does he have the Detroit Lions doing? What? We're going to let you know when we come back. Also, we've got Dan Dickerson, who's going to be joining us in the second hour. So don't go anywhere. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Radio.
Hey, it's Joey from Woodward Sports, and I am here in downtown Fenton at Bridge Street Exchange. This place has so many amazing things for guys. And ladies, this is the hidden spot that you got to come check out. I'm talking thorough good boots, best boots ever. They have barware. They got the Stormy Cromer hats. They got Carhartt hats, a huge Carhartt selection. They even got Snoop Dogg underwear. So go check them out, bridgestreetexchange.com, and use the code word WSN for 15% off.
Hey guys, D-Mac here every day. It's game day in March. Dickie V just told you, tune in Monday. He's doing the big game. Look your best through all the madness. Check out the newest Lady Jane's on the corner of Grand River and Whitmore Lake Road in Brighton, or a Grand Blanc location on Saginaw Street next to AutoZone. Let one of Lady Jane's award-winning stylists treat you like a king. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Welcome back to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital network, live from MyBookie Studios. It's Friday, April 2nd. It's Good Friday, my friends, so let's all be good. I'm Pilar Lastro. To my left, we've got D-Mac. To my right, we've got Maz. We've got fish in the fish bowl. and Easy D behind the glass, our boy Luke manning all of our social media. So make sure that you are hitting us up at Woodward Sports. Make sure that you are downloading, sharing, and liking our app, Woodward Sports Network, in the Apple Store and also in the Android store. All right, Maz, let's get to your sports update.
All right, as always, brought to you by MyBookie. Don't forget, use the code word Woodward, the promo code Woodward. They will match your first deposit halfway up to $1,000. That's free money to do whatever you want with it. You can bet baseball because we got lots of it. Tigers off today. They win yesterday 3-2. Miggy hits a home run in the snow. It was beautiful. His 488th of his great career, just 12 away from number 500. And he got another 133 hits to go to reach 3,000. His 350th home run here in Detroit. Matthew Boyd with the win, Soto with the save. Same two teams tomorrow afternoon. Good matchup. Julio Teheran, first start for the Tigers against Zach Plesac at 110. 8 one-run games yesterday on opening day. First time that has ever happened. And the Mets National Series now officially postponed. Another national comes down with COVID, plus all the contact tracing, whatever the hell they call it. The Nationals, bad boys, you've done it again to us. Final Four weekend. Tomorrow it starts at Indy. Game 1, Baylor and Houston. They're at 5-14. That's a 5-point favorite, the Baylor Bears are. Following that game, they'll disinfect the arena a little bit, right around where the players are sitting. Then Gonzaga and UCLA. The upstart Bruins in there for the first time since 2008. The Zags are in there, only the second time in school history. You would think it would be more. I mean, all you hear is Gonzaga this, Gonzaga that. Last time they were in it was 2017. Juwan Howard named the NCAA Coach of the Year. Of course, the Wolverines make it to the Elite Eight, just 2 points shy of that UCLA game. They could have made it to the Final Four if they had a little bit of a, maybe they started the game a little earlier. I don't know. It's up to you guys. Women's Final Four tonight from San Antonio. It's Stanford against South Carolina. That's a pair of number ones. Carolina getting 6, and UConn, that's a 1 against number 3, Arizona in the nightcap. UConn, the Huskies, favored by 13.5. Pistons off tonight. They will play the Knicks tomorrow, and Killian Hayes, the Pistons' number 1 draft pick, back from his hip injury in January, will play in that game. Panthers over the Wings last night. Red Wings back at it tomorrow. They've lost 6 in a row on the road. Hopefully that'll end tomorrow. They're in Tampa Bay. Penei Sewell has his pro day today at Oregon. Hopefully the Lions will have a chance to draft that big man. And we take you back to this day in sports, 1996. My guy, Derek Jeter's first at-bat as a New York Yankee. Let's see what he does.
Had a lot of success in the minor leagues hitting, but it's learning all over again.
Yeah.
Getting a little comfort zone, facing the American League pitchers is going to be a little tougher for him.
Oh, you got a run on that one. That's gone. Holy cow. I told you can get around on that inside pitch, a high fastball, and he creamed it. His first big league home run. And, man, that jumped out. I watched Bell. I thought he didn't even make a move for it. The Yankees now lead 2-0. Nice going, Derek.
How about that? Listen to the scooter. Phil Rizzuto on the call. He hit that against El Presidente, Dennis Martinez. And, of course, his last hit as a Yankee, a game-winning RBI against the Orioles. The man did everything. Mm-hmm. He was the best. He's my Tom Brady.
Could you imagine being that fan who caught that ball?
Oh, yeah.
That would be amazing.
It would be awesome.
Especially seeing years later the career that Jeter had.
And, of course, those gift bags he gave out to all his lady friends that left his apartment. Those are big, too.
It's an exiting gift, man.
Yeah, if you got one of those.
Gift.
If you got one of those Jeter gift bags, consider yourself lucky.
Dude,
he's had a hell of a lineup.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey, you know what? He didn't disappoint Tom Mazaway on or off the field.
Never. And never, ever in trouble with the New York media. That is the number one thing that he has on his resume. He escaped the New York media.
Yeah, he
didn't do anything wrong.
Right. I would say
he didn't cheat. There's no deflate gate. There's no cheat gate. There's no any gates against Derek Jeter. That's all I got to say.
Well,
I rest my case.
There you go. He's your Tom Brady.
He's better than Tom Brady.
Oh.
He plays both sides of the ball, defense and offense.
Come on. Don't start getting our Twitter all riled up over
That's my
this.
pick.
Like, it's different sports.
Well, Maz, here's the thing, right? Here's the problem people don't have with you saying you love Derek Jeter more than Tom Brady. It's you don't give Tom Brady the props that he has a better career than Derek Jeter.
No. It's a different sport, first of all.
Well, you said,
but he plays both sides
you're
of the
the
ball.
one that brought up comparing.
I did. Well, I'm telling you, a baseball player plays both sides of the ball.
Whose career would you rather have?
Derek Jeter. Derek Jeter.
Really?
I'd rather be Jeter than Brady.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, think about that.
I don't know.
Brady. I mean, Jeter never destroyed a cell phone. Jeter never cheated. No cheating on him. No pine tar. No nothing.
I mean, I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, I mean,
That's a good question, Eric. Let Maz know. Would you rather be Jeter and give away gift baskets and not have any?
It's not gift baskets; it's gift bags.
Oh, gift bags. All right.
Might have been a basket in there.
It
You don't
could
know.
have been. You never know. Or is it Tom Brady and Giselle and the seven rings?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. This was not
I like
kinda
rings, bro.
Tom Brady.
Cheat's got rings.
I collect rings.
Cheat's got
Yeah,
5
me too.
rings.
I know.
Okay.
But it's
I
a
get it, but
little
that's not
different,
7.
though. It's a little.
It's not
different.
7 because he
Different
didn't play
sport.
defense, Brady. How many of those Super Bowls
He
did
would
he
have
win
won
by the
10
Super
if he played defense.
Oh, bullshit.
Different sport altogether. Both phenomenal.
I just love you to say, Maz, is Tom Brady's my GOAT. Derek Jeter's my GOAT. Tom Brady could be somebody else's GOAT, and I understand why.
Do whatever you
go
want.
for it. Go for it. And the floor is yours.
So what did we learn, Pilar? Maz hates Tuesdays and TB12. It's a fact. And loves the Jeets. Can never get enough Jeets.
And I love Kryptonite. Eli Manning.
That's it. Derek Jeter. There you go. Hates Tom Brady.
Are you really
loves
an
Derek
Eli
Jeter.
Manning fan?
Eli Manning
know
is Tom Brady's kryptonite. That's what I like the best about Eli Manning. He's 2-0 in the Super Bowl against him.
Can't say he doesn't
that's
come.
what I was going to say.
Want to come in at 17-0? We're going to smack you
I'm
down.
not going to
You're
say
gonna lose.
defense
sure
to Tom
why.
on that one, right? You know, that wasn't.
I mean, that was
at
just
all.
crazy. The first time that
But
he
think
beat
about
him
it.
in Arizona at that Super Bowl, that was the wildest Super Bowl I'd ever seen. I remember I was at that game, and I was like, this is not happening.
That was the Tyree catch and the Mario Manningham catch on the sideline.
I mean, it was just insane. Right, and it was almost like in the second time around, you're watching the Super Bowl going, this is like deja vu. It's happening all over again. Did you guys watch the ESPYs where Justin Timberlake was the host, and he was, I don't know if you guys ever watched him, but he was probably my favorite host.
Oh, he's great, that guy.
Of it. Oh, it was great. He did the skit where like he was like chewing gum behind the players, and then he put his chewing gum on the helmet, on Tyreek's helmet, and so that's how he got it. It was so great. Oh my gosh, it was a lot of fun. You guys should go back and check it. One of my favorite hosts. He also sat underneath. Oh my gosh, why am I drawing a blank on his name? The soccer player, the Beckham's foot, when he goes back from a break, and he sniffs it, and he goes, you know what that smells like? And everybody's like waiting. He goes, money. That was amazing. He was such a great host.
Well,
He is a good host.
He's great on Saturday Night Live. Him and Sandberg got the dick in the box.
They
That's
do.
the
Oh, yeah.
greatest
He's
fucking scene ever.
He's phenomenal. All right, guys, don't go anywhere. When we come back, we've got Dan Dickerson joining us. So stick around. We will be right back. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
Morning, Art. Morning, D-Mac.
Welcome back to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital network, live from my bookie studios. We've got Dan Dickerson joining us. Dan, welcome to the show.
The Tigers radio voice. What's happening, brother?
Hey. How you guys doing?
Are you out walking the dogs?
You know what? I got to them early today. They got their nice long walk. We just got back, and they're now passed out right next to me.
Good.
Oh,
good. Tell us the dogs' names again. Remind me of the dogs' names.
We
again.
got the Golden Retrievers, Finn,
Uh-huh.
and the Chocolate Lab is Wally.
Oh,
so
and he had
Two
Ernie
distinct
prior to that.
personalities, two sweethearts.
You had
What's
Ernie
that?
prior to that. Am I correct for Ernie Harwell?
I did. Yeah, we did. We did.
I grew up, the whatever since here is golden retrievers. So I had Jake, Archie, and my dad had Max. So they're phenomenal dogs. But Double D, let's get to the let's get to everything at hand. We're can't win them all if we don't win the first one, baby. And the one thing I want to say to you is I was pulling in because we did shout out to the Brass Rail Pizza Bar. We were down there. But I was driving in when you guys came on the air, and I've never heard somebody so excited
he's like a
to
little
be
boy.
broadcasting in snowy 30-degree weather when you turned to your partner, Jim Price, and said, it's good to be back. So how was it from your perspective as far as opening that window again, seeing the way everything played out, and how was opening day for Dan Dickerson?
I mean, in so many ways, this is going to go into the books as one of the greatest opening days that I've ever been a part of. I mean, just for it would not have been nearly as much fun if you had pictures and video of Miguel Cabrera hitting an opposite field home run on a sunny 55-degree day.
Right.
I'm sorry. Those images, that video, that moment was worth every bit of the freezing that the fans are doing in the stands. But the whole day, from that moment to, finding a way to beat Shane Bieber, the unanimous Cy Young Award winner, I think the thing that I just took away was how much better it is, how great it was to have fans back. I know we talked about it a lot, but it was even better than I expected just because no matter the number, it just fired you up to have fans in the stands.
First of all, Dan, did you have your clip-on tie on? Your little boy clip-on tie on?
No, not the clip-on tie. It's the tie that my sister gave me 20 years ago. My little baseball tie.
That's right.
So yes,
21 years
I didn't
in the
wear
booth.
it last year.
I know. I'm so proud of you. He dresses like it's first day of school always.
I love it.
He has his books under his arm. He goes with his little tie. Now he'll
That's
be
right.
in his little button-down shirts for the summer. But Dan, now I couldn't find your call. I could not find it anywhere. I wish the Tigers would put it up like they did in prior years because we heard Matt Shepard, but I wanted to hear yours. So I'll embarrass you. Can you redo
working
it?
on that.
Can you redo it for me?
Yeah. I always take a request, Tommy.
I know. I figured I'd ask. I know it was a long shot. Hey, man, I got something to ask you, and it's a baseball rules thing. I know what a geek you are. But Bellinger's home run against the Rockies yesterday, I know you had to see it. He hits it out there. The guy knocks it over the wall. Justin Turner thinks it's caught. He runs back past Bellinger. What's the rule on that?
If the batter runner passes somebody on the bases, then it becomes a single.
So who goes on first base, Bellinger or Turner? That's what I was confused about because I thought Turner stayed on first. How is Bellinger out?
So you're saying Bellinger stayed on first?
I thought Turner stayed on first, but maybe I'm wrong.
I think the question is that we understand that.
I thought Bellinger would be on first and Turner's
would be out. Okay, but you're probably right because I heard the guy say it becomes a single. I think.
Right, it becomes a single, and that's one of the trivia questions on Harvey Haddock's 12-inning perfect game and how it ended. With, I think it was Hank Aaron passing somebody at first base, and so the game-winning hit went from a home run to a single.
Wow. We'll have to put that one in our David Hall trivia next week.
So that's all I remember is that's the rule. So what did they do? They put Bellinger on first, right?
Yeah, I guess so. I thought it was Turner, but you're probably right because I thought it becomes a single, so Turner's out. And he couldn't see the ball, obviously, being knocked over the wall. But what a way to start the season.
It wasn't because of snowflakes, though.
No, it was not. It was just plain old sunshine.
So, Double D, can you explain why when in that play where outfielder goes up, it's in his glove, but then he drops it over for a home run? We all know that. Why is that not a dead ball? And why does this happen? Or with all the rules, the way they've changed and replays and all that, why is this still sort of seem like it doesn't belong? Because
it is an oddity, but it's always been that way. Jose Canseco used his head to boost the ball over the wall. It's just part of. I think it's just trying to think of the origins of it. Why would it be that if you? I mean, it's been this way again for a long time. But if you go for the catch and then you hit your glove and you push it over, then you're. If you don't have that rule, then you would be left with, okay, was he above the wall? Was he below the wall? Would it not have gone over if he hadn't touched it? that takes all the equation out of it.
But there is no question.
If you can't make the catch and you boost it over, it's a home run.
No, I agree 100% with that, but why isn't the play dead when the ball goes into the stands? So where the runner's at the time where
let them continue.
Where Turner thought, where he had rounded second from first, he thought the guy caught it because he banged up against the wall and dropped it over, re-tagged second, and then Bellinger's on a home run trot, and Justin Turner's running back to first. So I was just wondering.
There's a lot of logic in what you're saying. I hadn't thought of it from that viewpoint. It seems like a really kind of silly rule that should have been changed some time ago.
Okay.
I mean, the guy hit a home run.
I'm just wondering, because these are the things, you know, one of the conversations, and you, like Tom said, is you being such the student of the game that with all this.
I call him a geek, not a student of the game.
Sorry, geek of the game. But with these different things, there must be, if there's one rule like this where we think, okay, logically, does it make sense with their changing all these other rules and putting guys on second base and the extra innings, or, you know, talking about all these other rules? Why wouldn't they address this? I think they're missing a few in the cracks, because to me it doesn't make sense to be dead balls.
Well, I feel like it's almost the closest thing that we can relate it to would be in football when they question, did he maintain control of the ball throughout the entire process?
Oh, completing the process.
That's another beauty of a rule.
In Chicago, don't get me started.
Please, please. Hey, Dan, we've already had our first case of COVID. The Nationals, and if I remember correctly, I think it happened to them last year as well, but 4 of their players, 1 of their staff infected, or at least came across COVID. Now they had another one added on. So the Mets Nationals series is postponed this whole weekend. What do you think is going to happen going forward? I mean, they're going to have to. I mean, 162 games I thought was too much from the beginning. What are they going to do? I know these double headers, 7 innings, all this crap. What do you think?
My impression is, well, Tigers are all going to get vaccinated on this homestand. If it's not today, it's going to be on the homestand. But I think they're getting, a lot of them are getting their shots today. And I mean, it seems to me that the more teams, and state by state, it seems like the availability can be spotty state to state, but it seems like there certainly are many vaccine shots available. I would think most of the major leaguers are going to be vaccinated, within the next few weeks, I would think. And then because otherwise, that's a very worrisome thing. If it was last summer, you'd say, oh boy, here we go again. But I picture it being a very different scenario. I don't see why there's any reason why they can't get to 162 games. And I think, yes, you hear that some players may not want to take it. Okay. But I think Major League Baseball made it pretty clear that, okay, if you get it, here's a little carrot at the end of the stick. You can have much more of a normal lifestyle on the road than you had last year. You can hang out with your buddies who are also vaccinated, among many other possibilities. So whatever that resistance that you might have heard of, team to team, I hear only X percent of this team is going to get it. Guess what? I think a lot of them might change their minds when they realize how much more freedom they're going to have. It was really terrible way to start, but I just think that the more players get vaccinated, it won't be an issue going forward. They're not going to relax all the standards. There's still going to be protocols in place to keep everybody safe, but I don't think this is going to be a big deal going forward.
Dan Dickerson is joining us, radio voice of the Detroit Tigers. You can follow him on social media, Dan_Dickerson. Dan, this is my first time in Detroit that I got to actually experience. I've been here for 5 years. It was my first time experiencing opening day. And it was tamed down. It was pretty wild, but most importantly, the Tigers got a win. Now, I started jumping up and down. Am I over-celebrating, or should I taper down those expectations?
Oh, no, jump up and down on opening day. What the heck? The importance to me is, you beat Shane Bieber on opening day. And for the players, again, not to make too much of one game, but here's what A.J. Hinch and his staff have been preaching all along. And as he said, I know it sounds like coach speak, but the fact is, when you continue to repeat that, everybody, how many wins are you going to get? I don't know, but can I instill in my team the belief that we're not talking about X number of wins. instill in my team the belief that you can win this game today. Are we going to win more games than the Indians or the Twins or the Yankees this year? I don't know. But can we beat them today? Yes. The answer to that is yes, because here's all the preparation. Look at all the things they did well in that game yesterday. So when you win a game like that to start the year after all this preaching about this is how our approach is going to be, then that can have a ripple effect going forward. Absolutely. That was a big deal to beat Shane Bieber, a team that had beaten you 25 of the last 29 games. It absolutely owned you for the last 2 years and for the last 4 years if you want to go back farther than that. And that to me is the significance of that game. They have very specific game plans. You had to hunt the fastball yesterday against Bieber. What were the 2 big hits? Fastball down and away. Through the snowflakes, Miguel saw it. Jacoby Jones fastball up and in. RBI double, 2-run home run for Miguel. Because that guy had his A game yesterday, but the Tigers had a game plan and they stuck to it, even with the 12 strikeouts. You know, they made him work harder than they had in any of his previous 5 starts, probably, or at least 5 of the 6. So that was the significance of that game to me. All that preparation, all the, to talk about how we're going to win today. But here's the plan that we have in place to help you win today. And it's pretty impressive, and they followed it to a T.
I love it. Talking to Dan Dickerson, voice of your Detroit Tigers. Now, with that, since we're in Michigan and we have the gambling, the over-under for win totals is 68.5.
Make them pick.
So what you're saying to me, and I'm going to use some of DMAC breaking down Dan Dickerson speak, is that going into every game this year, they're going to have a game plan on how to attack, and if they stick to that game plan, it's going to be hard for them to lose 100 games. So I'm going to go with what I saw yesterday, what I hear from you, because it's all about the little things. And I know over all day. I mean, it's 71. I mean, they're going to win by
in the 70s.
3.
In the 70s.
But that's not too far away if we see that consistency. And it's not the wins, but the way they attack the game and attack these pitchers that have sort of owned them, right?
Are they more competitive day to day? I mean, it's going to be led by pitching and defense. I mean, that's how you get more competitive day to day. Indians are going to be competitive this year. That's not a very good-looking offense. But you know what Terry Francona teams do? They don't let you score runs because they're really good. Even with all the pitching they've lost, they're really good at developing pitchers, and they don't give 90 feet away very often. So, yeah, I'd take the over. Absolutely.
I like it. And you know what you said last week or when we were talking or whatever about aggression on the base pass, and you saw that on Jones's double.
Reyes,
right, first to third, but, play at the plate and all that. I immediately thought of you bringing that up. And when you see that the guys are all on one page, it doesn't matter whether they win or lose. It's going through to try to execute, and I loved everything I saw from, the biggest thing was Miggy running out, not knowing if it was a home run and taking a chance and sliding into second base. I mean, that's engaged. I mean, Maz even said he's on pace for 162 home runs and a Gold Glove because that play up first was sick yesterday too. So I like it. So
all right, we've got our first on pace for. I love it.
You love that, Maz?
Come on, man.
Already had that.
I paced that right out, Dan. I paced that right out. How about the bullpen yesterday? Cisnero, Norris, and then, of course, Soto, a shaky ninth. Do we look at a better bullpen this year?
I think so. I was kind of surprised that A.J. Hinch used Soto in the ninth. I thought he might ease him into that role just because last year when he got pushed into the eighth and ninth, that's when he started to struggle a little bit more. But, hey, A.J. knows his guy better than I do. And I think that he was trying to, all right, you said you wanted the closer's job. You had a great spring. You had to show that you could throw more strikes, and he was great, throwing more strikes, quick innings in the spring. We're going to give you this first shot. And I bet he gives him another shot because it was a struggle, and he did not throw as many strikes as he did in the spring. So, all right, learn from it and go forward because that's absolutely a closer in the making. Bullpen, I'm really intrigued by. I mean, if you look at it on paper, you go, okay, that's got some possibilities. But there are many bullpens every year that if you go back to the start of the year, they're one of the top 3 bullpens. You go, that didn't look like a great bullpen going into the year, or certainly there's some question marks. I think this could be a very, very good bullpen just because of the variety of arms they have, how they're going to use them. Daniel Norris is going to play a big role. A.J. Hinch talked about it all spring. The changeup that Daniel Norris has to get out righties It's going to be a big factor, and that's why they're going to use him in all different roles. What did he do? He got into trouble yesterday, threw a changeup to Framil Reyes, get double play to end the inning. Framil Reyes is the guy who's killed the Tigers.
Yep.
So I think they really know how to use what they have. If they didn't have much to work with, it'd be, but they've got something to work with, and I think they've got very specific ideas about how to use each guy in different roles on different days, but they got very specific parts of the lineup they want them to match up against series to series. I think it's going to be a plus.
And tomorrow, of course, Dan, the big game, our fantasy game against each other. I've got Plesac, you've got Tehran. Who do you like tomorrow?
Well, I just the biggest thing is to me is it's kind of like Matt Boyd on opening day. You just watch Tehran, because he was terrific this spring. Last outing wasn't good, but he's been pounding the strike zone. He could lead this staff along with Matthew Boyd in terms of how he pitches, how he uses his pitches. He's not a big power pitcher, but boy, does he know how to get guys out. And that's going to be a big influence, I think, even though they're very different styles on Skubal and Mize, the younger guys. They will watch Tehran and realize, okay, there's a reason this guy made 30-plus starts 7 years in a row. And I think he's going to be big. So I look for him to have a good outing, because I think he can be a big piece in the rotation.
I wanted you to talk about our duck ball league. That's why I brought that up. You have Tehran. I've got.
Yeah, you know what? Everybody really wants to hear about our fantasy baseball team, Sammy.
I thought Darren wanted to know.
I was interested. I was the one person actually in the room and paying attention to see, because I hope that every game and every time you have to come on, you have to update us with,
Not a
head-to-heads.
Not a chance.
Hey, Pilar says you look like somebody very familiar in the NFL. Can you guess who it is?
Well, Pete Carroll. I get that in Seattle when I go there.
Tell her.
I was gonna say 100%. You could probably pass as him.
I love it, Dan. We love you, man.
You're 20 years younger, though, Double D. So there you go.
Hey, Dan, have a great
There you
season.
go.
We'll talk to you, brother.
All right, guys.
Have a good
Well,
call
good
tomorrow.
talking to you.
All right,
right.
thanks so much, Dan.
Dan Dickerson.
All right.
Yes, make sure you can check him out on his social media.
That's a good call by you.
Dan _
great call.
Dickerson. He really does.
He does.
But I'm always like, oh, that person looks just like this person. That person. I'm always putting people together, and sometimes people are like, you're way off.
Who does
But that
Art,
one,
who
you
does
can't
Art
miss
look
that
like?
one.
Rachel Maddow.
Oh, look at that.
Y'all
You should hear
are so
him. You should hear him
mean.
talk.
Art,
too.
get on the camera. Get on the camera, Art.
Go.
Here comes Art. Here comes Rachel.
His
Art,
wife
see
is
Rachel
calling.
Maddow. Do it.
I look like a beautiful young man. How dare you?
You're handsome, Art.
Shout out to Melissa for the new cut, too.
You're looking good, baby.
Holler.
It's wicked awesome.
There you go.
All right, guys, don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to break down Todd McShay's
Break it down.
mock draft this year. So don't go anywhere. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
Hey, it's Stick, and I am live right now inside Grow Green. If you go to growgreenmi.com right now, take advantage of their dank deals. They got everything so you can grow the best possible product you can. Even nutrients, water, and look, you just turn around and your very own. Now that he's fully bloomed, he's beautiful and ready to go. Thank you, Grow Green, for supplying us with everything we need.
Hey, there I am. Hey, it's Basketball Hall Financial. Interest rates are always changing, so now is the time to call the good people at Hall Financial. Pilar's laughing at me. Everyone's laughing at me here. You don't know what's going to happen, so be smart. Make the call now while rates are low, because you could be saving money, possibly years, off your mortgage as well. Hey, I'm down to 2.5%. And I'm down to 15 years on my mortgage. One of these days, I'm going to pay this sucker off. And go to davidhallmortgage.com now to get started. Hall Financial, lower payments, better options, more personal attention. And starting Monday will be our baseball trivia contest, sponsored, of course, by Hall Financial. There will be a prize every single day. We will have a segment on baseball trivia coming up starting on Monday right here, courtesy of Hall Financial.
Welcome back to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital network, live from my bookie studio. So what you guys missed and why we're all laughing so hard and why I'm in tears is because right before Art decides he's going to get back at Maz by saying, Easy's gonna kiss Tom on the mouth? Like, what did you say? And poor Tom got so flustered. He couldn't even remember
Well, you
his
can't
name.
be saying a man's gonna kiss you on the mouth. I mean, that'd throw everybody
I'm gonna
off.
kiss
You
you
gotta
on
watch
the
those.
mouth.
See, look at that's the Holly boy in art. They fight dirty. They fight dirty. They throw you way off. Maz, you handle that like a champ.
Thank you, man.
did.
Hey,
You
I gotta
did.
laugh it off, man.
I am like literally tearing.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, not that there's anything wrong.
Nothing wrong
No,
with
don't
that.
get it.
No,
Hey,
yeah,
to each
nobody
their
get
own.
it twisted. Nobody get it twisted. All right, it was just funny because
Listen,
whatever it was
what we're
that
trying to
Easy
say
said.
is Easy's not Maz's type. That's all we're saying.
What
That's
had
my guy,
happened
though.
was
I know.
Easy was trying to relay a message to Maz, and Maz was like, "What do you?"
I can't hear. I can't read lips.
So then I said, "Oh, Easy said he's gonna kiss you on the mouth after the show," and Maz went, "Wait, wait. Oh, there I am."
Hey, there's Art on the screen. Art, did you?
So mean. So now, in order to retaliate, Easy just put a picture of Rachel.
That is friggin'. Speaking of doppelgangers.
You know what? If you guys can't have fun, oh my gosh, that's so mean.
Man, look at He's got the smirk too. See that face right there?
It's a
That's
smirk.
the face Art makes before he
the
retweets my
glasses.
Twitter 1 minute to go before the show every time because his lips hanging on the ground.
I just want to know, where's the HR department in this building?
I'm right here.
Oh God, we're all doomed.
It's Chad, and he don't give a shit about it.
Oh my God.
HR runs through
Listen,
DMAC.
if you can't have a little bit of fun, guys, I don't know what else to follow that up with. But everybody's just having fun. I do find it wrong though that you go in for the dig right before he was about to go in for his read. So poor Maz was so flustered, like, what did he say? What did he say?
I thought I had to do something because I can't hear,
You have to
see,
kiss him on the
and
mouth.
read lips.
That's funny.
Oh my goodness. Good times here on the show. Make sure that you are following us on our social media at Woodward Sports. The
You got
social
your Woodward
media
Sports
say-
tee on today.
I do. You can get them. Yeah, I don't.
Also,
Can you
too,
get that one on the store as well?
I'm sure that
We're
if you inquire on the store, that everybody sees the Woodward Sports. I know I'm wearing my own jersey, but it's
beautiful.
Shout out to the guys at Stalls. We're gonna, if you want them, order them. We'll make them.
We'll make them. I want
Yes,
one.
make sure that you are checking out all the great stuff on woodwardsports.com. All right, guys, let's focus here. Let's get to, but I was going to tell you, Art, social media is certainly saying I can see the resemblance. That's messed up. That's messed up. I didn't want to.
Separated at birth. Art Smith, Rachel Maddow. Here's the story.
Hey, he wishes he was Rachel Maddow. I mean, she's loaded.
Yeah,
she's gotta
I
be
know.
loaded.
I know. All right, guys, let's get to Todd McShay's NFL mock draft. What is this, 4.0 already?
It's his
This is
fourth
where we're at. You can check it out on ESPNplus.com.
Can I guess the first one? Can I guess the first one?
If you guess it wrong.
Trevor Lawrence to Jacksonville.
Yes.
All right.
I mean, nobody sees. What I would love to see happen is that on draft day, Jacksonville
Yes.
says, you know what?
We'll take Justin.
Anything.
Justin Fields, former Ohio State QB.
Anything else other than Trevor Lawrence, and so that the world can just be completely riddled by they don't know what to do. Everybody's mock drafts is going to go out the window.
The Jet fans will be happy.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I mean, they'd be like trying to redeem themselves for the time that they won a meaningless game
Right.
and lost
Against
their
the
chance at getting Trevor
Stinking
Lawrence.
Rams.
So at pick number 1, Jacksonville, obviously he's got Trevor Lawrence going to them. Nobody's anticipating anything different. He's got New York Jets, your Jets, taking Zach Wilson.
Love him.
You love that?
I love him. I hope
Then
he becomes the better of the two.
He's got San Francisco 49ers taking a quarterback, which obviously they need, Mac Jones.
Yeah, but he'll sit behind Garoppolo from what everyone says.
Okay. Then he's got Atlanta taking your boy Kyle Pitts.
Whoa.
Right. You know, I mean, a lot of people are expecting Atlanta to jump at the opportunity of being able to take a quarterback,
They'll take
which
a
they're going to
quarterback.
need a quarterback at least to sit behind Matt Ryan for a year. But he's got him taking Kyle Pitts. I mean, they've got Julio Jones, they've got Calvin Ridley. To have somebody like Kyle Pitts that they can really move around, such a big-bodied guy,
Be a hell of an
6'6",
offense.
I mean, frightful offense that they would have. I'm intrigued by that. Very much.
Again, it's his fourth one. He's got to come up with different scenarios, but they're taking a quarterback.
Well,
I don't care what he says.
But I think that here's the point with what you're saying is that pretty much, I'd say 90% it's going to go Lawrence, Zach Wilson, right?
Yeah.
Then after that, right, you have a whole handful for about the next 6-7 picks that could be mixed around, traded. Like, this is the unknown that makes it so exciting. And that, you know, as we get down, because the first draft or whatever, we never had an option, I remember, until about the third, is saying Penny Sewell, the offensive tackle from Oregon, which is the road grader, might fall to us, right? Because before it was always first it's a linebacker, or then it's a wide receiver, or is it Pitts, or is it that? I think that all of this is in play, and as a Detroit Lion at number 7, I know in the draft here, he has them trading back and getting Jalen Waddle, but he's one of very,
I don't want him.
I don't really want him either. I would, if we're going to go that way, if he's available, I would like Pitts, but I would like the offensive guy, or depending. I really think that the value for Detroit at 7 is a trade back and try to get another pick. So, but again, it goes down to trust. Do you trust the guys making the decisions? And this year, I do.
Well, actually, I wasn't very much on board with us getting Pitts over the last couple weeks, but what I've seen out of him lately, I wouldn't be mad if we got such a playmaker like Pitts. He's certainly a weapon to give Jared Goff, would certainly change things around, certainly something that they need. But there's plenty of wide receivers for them to draft this year as well. But yes, he does have Carolina trading one spot to get their quarterback, and then so they would take Trey Lance. Then with the 8th pick, he's got the Lions taking Jalen Waddle, the wide receiver out of Alabama. So there's certainly a lot to do here. I almost feel like I'm okay with them passing on a quarterback. It feels like they're really trying to make things work with Jared Goff.
April 29th can't come soon enough for me.
Not soon
And you know what
enough,
else
that's
can't
for
come
sure.
soon enough? Fish and Luke acting out the Kevin Durant, Michael Rappaport Twitter battle.
It's crazy.
You're going to hear these guys as Kevin Durant and Michael Rappaport.
Yes.
And me gusta, no me gusta.
Yes, we've got a lot more coming up. Before we hit our break, though, let's get to some story time with D-Mac.
All righty, hit it easy. Just so you know, it's Friday, and the robe is in the wash. But I'm
Thank
wearing
God.
the jersey. Thank God.
Thank
exactly.
God.
Anyways,
that
guys,
smell's not coming out, by the way.
The weed smell?
Yeah,
Oh, it will.
it's not coming out.
Anyways.
It was a little stinky.
It was, yeah, of course it was. It's, you know, it sits in that smoke shack, and it just absorbs all that smell. Speaking of smoke shack and absorbing the smell, I want to thank everybody. Take this story time to say what a wonderful birthday I had. 49th year downtown, Brass Rail, doing the show with the family down there, meeting all the people, getting to meet some new friends, eating a cake, getting a Tiger win, and then getting to go hang out with a couple of good friends and opportunities. So I want just to let you a little bit. D-Mac's story time today is about how I ended my birthday party. So I'm going to show you a couple clips here that I have some friends, and you might know a few of them. You know, one of them's name is Trick, who, if you're from Detroit, he's the godfather of Detroit. So he's definitely somebody who I look up to as far as the love of the city, you know, saying it the way, different things that we've gone. And obviously, cannabis is something that we both believe saved our life. So when you hang out with these guys, you get an opportunity that they don't do it well. So Trick's got a movie coming out probably end of the month called The Last 24, which is filmed downtown Detroit with all Detroit people, Detroit placements and stuff. So
are you in it as an extra?
I'm not in this
Damn.
one. No, there's a lot of guys. Easy, you got any of those pictures, bro? You want to show? I can talk over them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you look at there, so my buddy Adam Scott Green and E-Rock, Smoke Gangs, and Trick, we were all sitting in the blue room, and if you can see that rolling around, that says DMAC 25, all in wax. So it was down there last night showing that, and I couldn't think of a better way to spend my 49th birthday and at the end and show the picture of me and Trick there, Easy. There it is. There he is, the Godfather of Detroit. Look for I'm sure I will talk about it, the last 24. Really proud of it, proud of the friendship. So that's what I did last night. Was there hanging in studio, smoking some weed, getting some education, talking some life, and it made my 49th birthday such a great day and to remember. And all of you here, all of you out there, everybody involved, thank you very much. I couldn't think of a better day to have.
And I just watched Scooby the movie with my daughter Maddie. It was just, I guess we had a little bit of a different night, but
not at all.
Kind of the same.
Well, Scooby and Shaggy.
You should have watched that.
Snacks.
Yeah. Should have had that. Right, should have had that right in the back.
We're all good. That's good. But that's DMAC story time for today, and I got some savage friends.
All right. When we come back, we've got a little bit of Me Gusta or No Me Gusta and some reenactment. We've got our Academy Award winners, Fish and Luke, getting ready to do the reenactment of the year. Kevin Durant.
They're rehearsing right now.
And Michael Rappoport. Their little tiff that they had. So don't go anywhere. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. And at Hall Financial, we treat our clients like family. And our number one priority is giving each of our clients 5-star service. Our passion for 5-star service, combined with our expertise, allows us to find the best possible solution for refinancing your home loan. We take the time to focus on both the individual and the numbers. We're going to walk you through the process and close your loan in half the time of our competition. Go to davidhallmortgage.com today.
Welcome back to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital network, live from MyBookie Studios. It's Friday, April 2nd. I'm Pilar Laster. To my left, we've got DMAC. To my right, we've got Maz. We've got Fish in the Fishbowl, Easy D behind the glass, and Luke handling all of our social media. So keep hitting us up at Woodward Sports. All right, my friends, it's time for one of my favorite segments on the show, Me Gusta or No Me Gusta, where simply I will read a statement and you guys tell me whether or not you like it, me gusta or no me gusta. You don't like it. Make sure that you are playing along on our social media. We'd love to get your thoughts. So the Chiefs want the NFL to loosen restrictions on jersey numbers. This would be allowing running backs, wide receivers, tight ends, fullbacks, linebackers to all wear single-digit numbers. Are we okay with this? Do you like it? Or no me gusta? DMAC.
Why does he always have to go first?
You went first yesterday.
I did?
Yeah, and the day before.
Fine.
Okay, so get it straight.
Yeah.
Me gusta. I like it. Notice they didn't say offensive lineman numbers or whatever to be able to, check in or whatever else, so the 60s are safe. Okay. Payback's a bitch from the HR department, Art. Anyway, so I'm going to say me gusta with that because I'd like to see the wide receivers wearing a number 1 or quarterback wearing whatever numbers they want. I don't think it matters unless you're the offensive line. Just because the referees aren't smart enough to figure out that a guy with another number has to check in.
Decipher that.
Now it's your turn, Tom.
Me gusta
Maybe you want to
no?
ask Art for what he's going to say because it looks like you two guys are buddies over there.
Actually, he was defending you. He was excited that you put me down.
Thank you. Hey, don't you worry about that. Hey, listen, if anybody's kicking a dog, it's me. Then I'll pet him. Don't you worry about my dog. Sorry, Maz. I apologize.
Right. I'm the gimp.
Oh, my goodness. I'm so happy it's Friday.
I'm me gusta. What are you, Tom?
I'm me gusta. I want to see Charles Woodson play again on the number 2. I want to see Braylon Edwards come back and wear the number 1. That's what I want to see. Hey, Lawrence Taylor was 98 in college. He wore 98 in the preseason with the Giants. Of course, went to 56. I would have wore any damn number he put on his back. So I'm definitely me gusta. Wear whatever the hell number you want.
All right. Easy D, what do you say? ¿Te gusta o no te gusta?
No te gusta. I learned like players what positions they play based off the jerseys. Like if there's a new guy on a different team, I don't know who the hell he is.
Oh, pay
he's wearing
attention.
86.
Pay
I know he's a
attention.
receiver. It's just I'm no me gusta for me.
All right.
Take your head out of your ass, and maybe you'll know.
Hey.
Hey, easy. That's what happens when you're covering 27 sports, right? So
Yeah.
Maz only has to cover one, right? Exactly.
All right, Fish. Te gusta o no me gusta?
I'll be me gusta.
You like it.
I
you
do
think
like
they
it.
should wear whatever number they
Yeah,
want.
they should wear whatever number that they want to wear. If they want to wear 95, they should wear 95. They want to wear 2, they should wear 2.
That a boy, Fish.
Yeah, screw easy. That boy, Fish.
All right. So,
What about you?
no me gusta. And I want to see any of you guys step up and try and get up in my face about it, all right? Because I happen to agree with Easy. I'm not mad about the fact that so many people, especially when you're watching it on TV, things happen so fast, you can kind of just know what position is where just by the numbers on their jersey. So I kind of like the groupings to be the way that they are. Look, if they want to really change it, fine. But I don't love it. No me gusta.
I'm changing
Keep
mine
things
to
the way
no me
they-
gusta too.
Oh, now you like it, right?
Yeah. No.
That's fine.
No, it doesn't.
Me
no,
and Fish are make gustaing up.
You make gusta. What? You going to talk back to Plar? She
No.
wrong? No,
Yeah,
you're not
I
wrong,
did.
Plar.
No.
But you have the experience. So what you said makes sense. So I'll think about it.
I mean, to me, it's just, honestly, I feel like it's just a number. Some people are very sensitive about wearing the same number, wearing somebody else's number, and I 100% respect that and understand that. And I just feel that for generations upon generations, certain positions have worn other great players' numbers with pride, and now keep it that way. I like it.
All right.
Don't change something if it's not broken.
All right.
Maybe I'm
fair
just a
enough.
creature of habit, pero no me gusta, entonces no van a cambiar las cosas porque yo no quiero que cambien.
Ay.
That's right.
Yeah, whatever she said. I agree.
That's right. I said I don't like it, and things are not going to change because I don't want them to. That's it.
It's the NFL.
That's right. Art said I sound like his wife, like a good wife should sound. Now he's going to go home. If your wife is watching, you know what? No. Let me just say something. Wives need to maintain order in their household.
Why? What
okay?
happened, Clark?
Nothing. You guys have been doing nothing but stirring the pot in my household, encouraging me to take my husband some dinner and some food
And
instead
seconds.
of making him and seconds
And
and
ice cream.
desserts.
Ice cream?
Now he wants to come up for dinner tonight. No, he is still. That's right. You stay in the basement. Today is the very last day. It's 10 full days of being quarantined after your first symptoms. So he needs to stay down there.
But the
Today
day
he's
is not
talking
over till midnight?
It's not over till
How do you know he's not sneaking upstairs while you're here?
Because I have got nanny cameras. He's sneaking upstairs, licking everything.
Licking
Oh
everything.
my gosh, that would be a very.
You guys can watch the
very-
Final Four together.
No, they're
tomorrow.
having sushi
on the
tonight.
couch.
We're
They're
having
having a picnic
sushi outside.
Won't let them in the house yet.
Outside.
Had to
No.
go through the egress. So it's
right.
struggle's real.
The struggle
Good luck
is
to you,
real.
Tone.
So you know
Good
what,
luck.
Art? I hope that your wife maintains order in y'all's household.
Yeah, Art.
Listen.
Yeah, look it. This is what
And
happens
D-Mac,
when you get older.
I hope your wife is maintaining order in y'all's
always.
household.
Always.
And Maz,
Oh,
He's got the
I know,
general.
that's what I'm
What, are you
saying.
kidding?
He's got the general.
The general. That's how it needs to be.
I'm like a
Don't get
beaten
it.
dog.
Yeah, don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. All right, guys. When we come back, we are going to get to the reenactment of the century. Our Academy Award winners have been rehearsing this whole hour and 50 minutes, basically, that we have been on air. Fish
Look at him.
and Luke,
Look at him
get
studying.
your game face on. Get your game face on. Do not go anywhere. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
I mean, we're inside Grow Green right now, and they have everything. I'm talking, you got your active air fans, you got your big lights over there, big pots, little pots, and Joey, what are you doing right now?
Get some sun.
That's not what those lights are for.
Feels nice.
Go to Grow Green MI today to get all your growing needs and a tan.
Welcome back to the Hook on Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all digital network, live from my bookie studios. It is Friday, April 2nd, and as we have promised you guys, it is time for the reenactment of the year. But guys, I want to remind you guys that y'all can actually start calling in now. Remember, call us.
Y'all.
Call me baby. Call me anytime, whatever the song was. 313-552-6322 is our number. Save it on your speed dial because we would love to hear from.
Call me, baby.
Don't call right now because you'll interrupt Fish. Fish is in lockdown
Well,
mode.
I have my screen on the camera, so
Okay.
I won't see the call.
So you won't get through.
That's fine.
Well, you'll get through. I won't pick up the phone.
So you want to preface this there, Maz, if anybody
Sure.
doesn't know what went on?
There's been a battle. Michael Rappoport, a terrific actor, comedian. He's a good guy. He's a New Yorker. He goes against all the athletes. He loves getting into Twitter battles with everyone. He's a pusher. He likes busting balls. So Kevin Durant all of a sudden gets involved in this thing. First of all, it was Michael Rappoport against the Barstool Sports Presidente, Dave Portnoy. So these two are going at it. And what happened is Michael Rappoport tried to sue Dave Portnoy for some stuff that he came up with. He came up with a T-shirt making fun of Rappoport. Rappoport took him to court. He lost, of course. So then Portnoy starts laughing at him online. So Kevin Durant jumps in and starts saying all these things about him. Hey, you know, I'm gonna let you go from there. But Kevin Durant gets involved in this. So here it is. Fish is Kevin Durant. Luke, our intern, who will be Michael Rappoport, the actor. So you guys take it from here.
KD seemed deeply in his feelings with the NBA on TNT crew after the game. Damn it, he's so sensitive about everything. Don't do the interview.
You a bitch.
Just do the fucking interview, and if you're upset about something they said, say something. Up there looking like you were gonna cry and shit.
I did the interview, you dickhead. Tell your baby daddy Chuck to be better at his job and frame his question better. He gave me 2 questions for that dumbass question. Yes or no?
Go help the kids in Brownsville, Brooklyn, and stop being a fucking puzz.
You a bitch for even caring how I do an interview. All you do is cocksuck other men for attention. Trump didn't pay attention to you, sorry ass, so now you want to use everyone else to get views and laughs. You just a joke, you fucking pale cocksucker. Go get some sun. It's fucking with your brain, you piece of shit.
Go to Brownsville and help the people that need it, goofball.
You go down to it, clown. Good for you, but nobody gives a fuck. Such a dick. Can't wait to tell you this in person. I heard it all before, you cunt. Chuck doesn't need you as security, you pasty cum guzzling bitch. I swear I'ma spit in your face when I see your dirty ass. Bet your life on it. Meet me on tomorrow the 17th at 10 o'clock. Or better yet, what's your address? 10 o'clock at Catch Steak on the corner. Meet me there, pussy.
Is that how it ended?
That's how it ended, yes.
Oh, get a round of applause.
That's how it ended.
That is the Woodward Sports Network. Play theater. Sam Fisher.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yes, that is
Uncle
the way.
Luke.
That is the way it ended because clearly, Durant dropped the mic there. I don't know if anybody in their right mind would want to keep antagonizing or poking the bear.
Fisher's not polar.
I thought we were gonna have some buttons for beeping.
No,
but
not on this show.
Clearly not here on Woodward Sports Network.
Now listen, today Kevin Durant came in with an apology, sort of, as he was talking about. He was talking about his injuries and everything. Oh, by the way, do you have that cut, Easy?
Yeah.
Let's play. Here's KD.
Secondly, what's your response to the reaction to the the social media messages that were made public on social media?
I'm sorry that people seen the language I use. That's not really what I want people to see and hear from me. But hopefully I can move past it and get back out on the floor.
No, we're not going to move past that. Fish will make sure of that we're not moving past that.
I know. Michael Rapaport is one who really does have feuds with everybody, athletes, former President Trump. I mean, everybody, right?
He's a buster. He's a ball
He's very
buster.
vocal, and so part of me, when I was reading all this, thought like this is just the normal MO between the two of them. And then I had read that they were saying that, or that Kevin Durant had said, hey, this is how we've been talking to each other, almost like it was just them playing around. And then Michael Rappaport allegedly said, no, this is not how we play. And I don't know if that is the case, right? We don't know the real truth as to it, but if that is, it kind of sucks, because then it reminds me of the Richie Incognito, Jonathan Martin situation, where allegedly that's how they played, and then Jonathan Martin didn't like it, and so he ended up raising a stink about it, and releasing the text messages and releasing the audio messages.
That was Bullygate. They called that Bullygate.
Bullygate. But in that particular case, that's how they talked. That's how they were friends. Just Jonathan Martin no longer wanted to play like that. So then it came out to that. So I wonder if this is how Kevin Durant and Rappaport used to talk to each other and bust each other.
These guys aren't teammates. Michael Rappaport sticks that fire to the wrong thing. The one thing is where you don't understand is that why is Kevin Durant, who is this bigger than big, wealthy guy, there's a button that hits him with certain people that he feels, we go back to when he had the burner account that wasn't even hit, right?
Yeah.
So now it's for him. So this, to me, no, because you reap what you sow. And if you watch how Michael Rappaport does things, it's one of these things. If you want to play that way in the sandbox, then you're opening it up for it. You can't cry victim when it's just words or whatever, but you don't want to be challenging somebody to a street corner fight. At least I wouldn't think that Durant himself would show up. He'd have some people show up. So I mean, but in this case, it's different than teammates in the locker room. They're not teammates. They don't even have to be friends. So that's what you see more or less on Twitter. The fact that it is Kevin Durant, and we know a little bit of the history. Yeah. We're wondering where this goes. But what Katie just said in that interview was, yeah, I'm aware of it and whatever else, but that ain't gonna change. He's pretty much said, I think Rappaport's still a douche.
I feel like it was more of like, it is what it is. Do you think that this just goes back to the thought of maybe people should not be on social media as much, or people should be hire somebody to handle their social media?
Yeah, you can, but that's not going to happen. These guys like being on Twitter. These guys like putting their shit out there. That's what gets them going.
Well, it's their juice.
It's fine, and I think it's hilarious.
And especially when he's not playing. So he's got extra time.
He's bored.
So he's bored. So he's looking for anything else. And if he's having we all have bad days. If he's having a bad day, then certain things come out.
Right.
I mean, I know not so much try to do it online, but it's, we've all done things like that before, text messages or whatever.
Sure. Where you put your foot in your mouth.
Yeah.
Right. Well, big thanks to our actors, Fish and Luke, for your incredible, committed performance.
Fish wanted to be KD.
Committed.
He refused to let Luke be KD.
That was a committed performance, and congratulations, and thanks for bringing it, boys. All right, guys, let us know your thoughts at Woodward Sports across the board on all of our social media platforms. All right, it is time for... we got 2 minutes left in the show, so D-Mac, we're gonna have to move your bad beats to tomorrow, and it's
or Monday.
Monday.
And we're gonna, what are we calling it now? D-Mac's dust ups.
Is that what it is?
D-Mac's dust ups. Don't worry. You know what? My boy Giovanni, I had a little thing last night for my birthday. Also, he got into 2 fights, so I mean, it was a great birthday. We'll save it for Monday. Yeah. We'll see how he does. Saw it in the lineup, so
he'll be the Tampa Bay Lightning guy.
Right, there you go.
Smith.
Yeah, there you go. So we're going to get to our Who You Like for tonight. Tom Mazaway, who you like?
I'm giving it for the Final Four tomorrow. Who I love Baylor minus the 5, UCLA plus the 14. I know the spread is going up on UCLA. It's the biggest spread in Final Four history. I still think the Bruins are playing great. They can stay under that number, but it's going to be Baylor and Gonzaga Monday night.
All right, D-Mac, who you like?
Let's do this. D-Mac versus Maz. I'm taking Gonzaga and Houston both those teams. Let's get them, which will probably end up happening. We'll finish 1-1. But I'm taking Gonzaga. I think that they're the real deal. I don't think that UCLA, they've Cinderella'd it out. And I think that the Houston-Baylor game is going to be tight. I think Baylor wins, but Houston covers.
I gave you Philly last night to cover and the Pistons to win, so I'm good from last night. You're not hopping on the train?
What's that?
You're not hopping on the train? I'm 2-0 from last night.
No.
All right.
How's your last college pick? Thank you.
Well,
0-2. Thank you.
my
So
gosh.
he wants to
You
bring
guys
up.
need the weekend.
He wants to bring up stats. I just got to make sure that he knows. But Maz, your basketball picks weren't very good last time.
It happens. All right, Easy G, who you got?
Maz, you're not 2-0 last night. You and I went in on a parlay and we lost.
Yeah, but what teams did I give you? I gave you the Sixers and the Pistons. We added the Hornets. That's all I got to say.
I'll let you pick them all. But tonight, I'm going to take this. I'm winging it right now. I'm going to take the Raptors over the Warriors. And tomorrow, I'm going Gonzaga. I think that's an easy pick for me, personally.
All right. Fish, who we got?
All right, we have.
So I just want to let you know, yesterday I didn't have you, so I said that the Kiwis would beat the Kangaroos.
Which they weren't playing last night, but they are a team. They're actually international rugby league teams.
So she gets a win.
She gets the win, and she picked New Zealand, so she gets a bigger win. Yeah.
Yeah, she had it. She went Kiwis
So
or Kangaroos.
she knew what she was doing.
All right, who you got for us?
I'm picking the Warriors, New Zealand Warriors. They're playing on Easter Sunday.
Okay.
They might get their ass kicked, but I hope they win.
Okay.
And then you're getting Easter Monday. Yay! Best holiday ever. You're getting the Eels and the Tigers.
Ooh.
And Australia changes their clocks. They go back.
Oh. Wow.
So
if you're getting up.
It's 4 o'clock local time, which is 2 a.m. American time, Easter Monday. It's a holiday.
Okay,
So
and who do you
fun.
have winning, the Eels or the Tigers?
You have the Eels.
Oh, I have the Eels.
You have the Eels.
All right, so there you have it, my friends. Thank you guys so much for joining us all week. We've had a blast. Opening day was a lot of fun. Thank you again to everybody who came out and celebrated opening day with us at the Brass Rail, the pizza bar. I almost draw a blank there. And, of course, that came out and celebrated D-Mac's birthday. For D-Mac, for Maz, for Fish, for Art, for Luke, for Easy D, I'm Pilar Laster. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. We'll see y'all on Monday.
See ya.